Update on the Shawlography shawl. Okay, here's what I've done. I was just going to wait and do the video when everything was complete, but then it'd be harder to see what I've done. So I thought I'd explain it now while it's half and half. Again, 277 stitches on this needle. This doesn't have a needle on it anymore. I finished this off with crochet, actually. I just crocheted it to be 277 inches. I keep saying inches. 277 stitches. 277 stitches. I made new baubles. Well, here's what this is up to here was the old shawl. Then I decided I wanted to add some more white and rust because it was white and rust that I cut out of here. This was those triangles that I didn't stretch out the white enough, and when I put it on over my shoulders, my arms, I was like cramped in. So this was also 277 stitches. So I continued. I took the rust. Oh no, that was the red. That was like that burgundy. Well, I took the rust and I took the white. So I started with 277 stitches of the rust and did the slip stitches to make this pattern, and did six white bumps. Like that one had 6 blue bumps. And eventually I had the baubles on here. The baubles were what was right on top of here. The baubles were here, and they were all wonky and they didn't look good. So I decided to do over the baubles. So I did the baubles here. I knit them. I knit the baubles. Let's see if I do a close-up stitch. I knit the baubles. I did a couple of stitches, and then I did a couple of rows of, how did I do this? I had a row of 277, then I did the bauble row. And the way you knew where it was going was that the bauble always goes in this slip stitch. So I have the appropriate amount of baubles, and I don't know if I have the right amount of rows, but at this point I don't care. I didn't want the welts in there. My welts were ugly. Stephen West's welts were better. It didn't help that I did the welts in this. Let's see, where's my camera? I did the welts in this brown color. That was probably the worst color ever to choose. Okay, so now let me go to the beginning so you can see what I did. It's the other end. I don't remember which. I started on this side. And I did a bauble on that edge, okay, which kind of was I guess it's not too small. When you pop them through, they're all the same size because I counted this time. So now I know that I have the bauble counts as 1 stitch. I have 5 stitches in between, 1, 5, 1, 5, 1, all the way across. So what I can do now, I finished it off with the crochet. I don't know if I can get it to focus. Maybe not. Maybe I'm in the wrong room for that. Well, oh, I know. Look towards the top. You can see the stitches this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then a bauble. So I'm going to match up these, just the stitches on here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and just make sure the 6th stitch is always on the bauble. I'm going to do it this way, wrong sides together. And I'm going to have a row of crochet in this color joining them, I think. At least that's the plan right now. So I thought I'd show this piece now so that when it's done, I don't know if I can get a picture of it, if I can imagine. I'm still thinking it might present a problem, but after you do something, that's when the problems present themselves. Okay, that's going to go like that. And this is going to come up here, and I'm hoping blocking is going to make all the difference in the world. Put that like that. Not like that. So if you kind of get an idea, that's what it'll look like. Has some continuity. This is that brown. I wish I would have. I'm not doing these over again because those triangles were a big deal for me to do. I don't like to do those. All right. that's it for now. When it's done, I will bring it. I'll bring it back and show you. Hi. Update on Shawlography shawl. I'll show you where I'm at. I'll show you from the right side. This is what it looks like. I have the light bulb stitch markers holding the top to the bottom. Everything fits. It works out perfectly. Stitch for stitch. I'm not going to say 277 stitches again. Okay. What I did, I cut out that middle that was, I couldn't put on the shawl. If I put the shawl on, like now, I can do whatever I want with it. I can pull it, but when I tried to just pull it like this, it's inside out. Right here, it tightened up because I had, I didn't let my color work have enough length. Well, anyway, my hair is all messy and crazy like this because I'm so hot. I don't want to put the shawl on. It's all snow out there, but it's still hot in the house. Okay, so I took all that tight, they were like triangles. I cut those out, and on top of that was the welts. I did not like the welts, so I took out the welts. And then after this was still attached, these baubles actually should be done on top of this either eyelet section or what, if you chose to do the brioche. These baubles attach right here. My baubles I let stay on, but they looked very lousy. I had some horrible looking baubles. So what I think I have some nice looking baubles now. I did these over. I think they look pretty good. So I did them over, and then after I did them over, I put 2 rows of crochet under them. I think I told you this in the last video. I'm on my iPad now because I think it might be a little easier to see the detail of the stitches. So that's crochet there. Then on top of here, on top of the eyelet or the brioche, and also on top of the triangular pieces that he had us put on here, I also did, I didn't actually do 2 rows. I think what I did in this case was, you can see it's very narrow. What I did was I picked up the knit stitch that was left there previously, the blue, it was blue, and then I did 2 rows of single crochet. Yeah, I think you can see it more on the back that there's 2 rows there. So now I have the same amount of stitches. Then I thought I was just going to crochet it together. And I started doing that. But it was very difficult trying to place the stitches one to one because every 6th stitch is a bobble. So what I decided to do was go down along my straight edge here that doesn't have the bobbles, and I put in a light bulb stitch holder every 6th stitch. And then I, after that, I went through again and attached those bobbles, attached those light bulb stitch markers to each bobble so that I know when I'm stitching, this will connect to here and this has to connect here. So there should be 5 stitches in between. It looks like there might be, but in the famous words of Stephen West, no stress. He often said if you get to the end of your row and you're supposed to have 5 stitches but you only have 3, he tells you to increase. And if he says you have too many, he tells you to decrease. Don't stress. So I'm not letting this stress me. And what I'm going to do now is I have options here. I've got some ends that didn't get woven in. My options are one of 2. Well, the options I'm thinking of anyway. I can either hold this together, wrong sides together like this, and just kind of put a ridge crochet a ridge, and it kind of goes along the line of having more texture in the shawl, because he liked having this texture and the baubles and the welts, and so that would give me a different texture. Or I could just do some, I'm not sure how yet, I'm just trying to determine if I do like some chain stitches of crochet, like make a lace. I could make some sort of lace that would connect that to that, and that would give it another dimension of another pattern. So I'm so close. I'm glad I did this, because otherwise I wouldn't have worn it. It would have been too tight. It would have been too ugly. Well, for me, the welts were the killer. What are the thing that I didn't like the most? Yeah. So that's where I'm at. So I'll give you one more update when this is all done and blocked, hopefully. Today I'm having a day. Today's Sunday, and today we're having a scrapbooking day, a scrapbooking and paper crafting day over here. I don't know how much help I will be. I'm lending out my room, and which I do from time to time, but oftentimes the people who are doing the work will get me in there, because I know what I've got. There's so much stuff in there. So they say, would you happen to have a lobster? And I say, I happen to have a lobster stamp. And also, I think a die to cut one out. So that kind of thing, that's probably what I'll do, but I might be back and forth. I might just be sitting there, an occasional consultant, and maybe I'll work on this knitting. Or not. So when it's done, I'll see you again. That'll be the end of this video. Thanks for watching. Okay, I'm recording. This is take 2. What just happened was, I have my iPad here, I have my camera here, and my camera had a better view of what I was doing, but it was actually being recorded on my iPad, so you can't really see everything I'm showing. So I'm starting again. Ta-da! It's done. I have my Shawlography shawl done. It can stretch as much as I want it to. I said I'd bring it back and show you when I had it blocked. I didn't even block it yet. I'm gonna block it today. But I'm so happy that it's done. Let me show you the piece in question. Quick recap. I cut it off here. Let's see. I cut it off here. I added this section, and these baubles were like over here. I cut off the baubles from the top of this and the top of this, and I had these stitches on the needle, so I redid my 46 baubles. I'm gonna light on so I can show you what I've got. I hope it's the best way to show you this. All right, there it is. You can see I have 2 rows of single crochet alongside after the baubles, and then I have 2 rows of single crochet on the bottom section, and then I put in a ridge. The ridge was how I joined this. I joined this with a ridge. Darn, I don't know where this camera lens is. Right there. All right, you probably get it. Maybe some more light. Where am I? Let's try this again. There's the ridge down below. You can see the stitches. And that joined it. And that's that. Now I called it a debacle. It was, because I couldn't put it on and have it go around me. It was tight. Like, you put on a shirt and oh my God, I can't. So it's not, now it's nice and stretchy. That's the wrong side, but I'm showing off the wrong side because all my weaving Stevens are done. I tied in all my ends and it's complete. Yay, I'm gonna go block it now. So why did I do this? Why did I make a video of this? This debacle. Well, I think I did it to show you that a lot of times things don't go right for me. And sometimes I want to save them, sometimes I don't. I wanted to try to save this one, and old glasses. No wonder I can't see too good. I got my old glass. Sometimes in the mornings I grab my wrong glasses. Okay, so I wanted to make it usable, wearable, likable. I wanted to like what I had knit. I had liked it when I started out. Now, having seen all the finished ones online, I would do different colors. I'm not necessarily saying I'm doing it again, because I do want to do another Stephen West shawl. I'm going to do the painting bricks, because I already have the yarn for that. I like stretching it. I like the way it finally came together, albeit, what can I call it? Primitive or do-it-yourself tactics. But whatever it takes. Design is design patterns for us to use, and also to spark a little bit of creativity on our side. Don't be afraid. If you mess it up, do something else. Or not. You know, sometimes when it's bad, I just frog it. The whole thing. Make something else or make it over. But yeah, that's that. It's done. I'm happy. I thought I'd show you in case it helped somebody get out of some kind of a jam. Hey, I just like stretching. I just like stretching it because it's now stretchy. And I didn't notice it before. Well, because I also didn't use very wide needles. I only used 40 inches. And when you're stretching out this, you don't really see what it looks like or get that understanding that something's not stretching. Note to self for next time, use longer needles. Use longer needles, it'll keep you, or put it on your barber cord, which I never did. Ta-da, finished. Just wanted to let you know it's done. Thanks for watching. Thanks for... I think this is a touch screen and it's not. That's the touch screen. This needs a mouse. Thank you so much for watching my video. Let's see if I can turn this off.